So this episode of Ghost Game's kinda better, I say. It's kinda more interesting as I look at a dark Brachiomon fighting a Kawagamon.
Did you notice anything about their designs?
Uh, I noticed that they're like dark with purple accents and yellow.
Yeah. Does it remind you of anyone?
Now you mention it, maybe my crackpot theory wasn't so off after all.
These guys, their color scheme is like the exact same as Gulus Gamamon.
Yeah, what the heck?
Like I noticed it. I noticed
Yeah.
it immediately.
So be it darn, this is a mess, but at least it's interesting at least.
I'm the digital world. We're clearly going to gloss over the digital world because they just fly to where they have to go for the next episode. But like, at least we see something, I guess.
Yeah, So
The
here's
most,
yeah.
I think the most interesting thing is the Brachiomon and the Kawagamon with Gulus Gamamon's colors. I think that's the most interesting thing
Yeah,
in this
just
episode.
immediately. It's like, I feel like this raises one huge immediate question, which is like, why the fuck weren't we seeing infected Digimon this entire series? What the
Yeah,
heck?
yeah, that would have been way more interesting than all the Digimon being a misunderstanding or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
just
they come over and they look like Gulus Gamamon, and eventually maybe the main characters catch on to that, and then they start drawing connections to it or something. And I don't know.
yeah, you could
Something.
just this could just be like the Dark Gears again. You could write this so it's like Clavis Andron shows up and he's like, oh, he's Dark Clavis Andron, and he's like, he's black and his the accents and the purple and stuff and the glowing. I guess he doesn't have eyes, but you get the point. And he just shows up and everyone's like, I don't know what happened. You start like, like going nuts one day and he just kills anyone who doesn't have a key, even though he's usually more understanding. And then we fight him and we beat the like virus out of him. We like him so hard that like just knocks out more of the crap's happening to him. And then like he can hear everyone out. And it's like you've changed basically nothing of the plot of the episode, but you've made it so much more interesting now. Because now
Yeah,
this is like leading up to something.
yeah, it's the plot of the episode isn't just Clavis Angemon won't listen to reason.
Yeah, and just like there's so many Digimon they could have done this with, where it's like, hey, what if Captain Hookmon, but he's like evil now or something, What if this or that? Like, and you could have had like a whole thing where like Dark Digimon could have been started to like show up at like episode 30, 40 or so, and you could have had them become like more and more frequent as the series goes on, right? Like really plot this out so it's like, at first it's like, oh, once every like, 10 episodes. And it's like, oh, once every like, 5 episodes or so. And it's like, okay, every other episode there's one of these things showing up. And you
Yeah,
could have had
as
like a whole thing with it.
yeah, as more and more of the digital world gets corrupted or whatever.
Yeah, how it'd be like this virus isn't just making it more like aggressive, it's like heightening whatever like desires they normally have. So that's like, okay, now that like, that acid wouldn't really work for like, Ancient Sphinxmon because he already has the color palette, but it's like, yeah, now that Digimon that wants to like, attack people or whatever is just like wanting to do it super hard, and like the reason they're like obsessing over it is because of the virus. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, like, I don't know, maybe have the Digimon feel the digital world like being corrupted over time or whatever. But
Yeah, that too.
I,
Yeah.
well, I'm kind of going back on it because I kind of like that moment where everything is corrupted and suddenly they feel it and it's like this big moment. I kind of like that.
I feel like, man, here's the thing. That moment raises so many questions now. Because they say I can't feel it anymore, the digital world is gone. And it is not gone. The connection just, like, cut out all at once at the same time. Which I don't think is how a virus works, but okay.
Yeah, that's one of the gripes I have with this episode. It's like they have this big thing where it's like Digimon are crying and like shivering in fear, and it's like I can't feel it, and it's like it's gone. It's like let's go to the digital world. It's just really messed up. We can still go there though.
Yeah,
Also, apparently
yeah.
Bokomon is just lying the whole time.
Yeah, what the fuck, Pokemon?
Screw you, Bokomon. He's like, because
Yeah.
back in one of the episodes, he's like, if a human passed through the gate, then they would be like vaporized or whatever. And it's like, we clearly had the implication that wasn't true because what's his name? Hokuto?
Hiro's dad made it through. Yeah, Hokuto. But he also
Yeah.
explains it because he's like, oh, I took part of the real world with me too by accident, and that's why it worked.
Yeah, apparently, if you go with a Digimon, then you're fine.
Yeah, and apparently they could have just went all along if they had enough power to open the gate, because their Digivices can already just do that.
Yeah, that's just something Digivices can do, apparently.
So it's, yeah, they waited until a climax was just, waiting for a climax was just a bad choice since they have to speedrun everything. Yeah, exactly. Because Ghost here is a slapdash series that's meant to shill procs and stuff telling a good story. Also, I love the reason why they couldn't get to the digital being a lie. What the fuck? Yeah, what the heck? What like, because Pokemon is the one character who's like, oh, I'll tell them when they're right, and he's the one guy that fucking dies.
Yeah.
It's
Also, we finally get to the point where Hokuto comes back into the story, and then we leave him in the human world.
yeah, we just abandoned him again. You know what? Screw Hakuno. He hasn't done anything for us anyways. Dude's just a big waste of time.
Yeah, even when he showed up, it's not like he explained anything. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I just got forced back here all of a sudden.
Oh, man.
It's like the digital world is getting corrupted around him, and he didn't notice. What?
Man, how the heck are they gonna? What's the final villain of the series gonna be then? Because it's like, I have to imagine it's like it's Gulus Gamamon in some way, but it's also like, yo, he's the main character, so it's like, do they split? But that's like, there's spoilers that make this very weird.
Like, he clearly didn't split because so this episode they encounter a Refleximon who like takes over your body and mind controls you or whatever, blah blah blah, and like everybody's down, and Seriousmon is about to also go down, and then in the back of his head, literally in the back of his head, Seriousmon hears Gulus Gamamon is like, hey, I could kill this guy right now. I could save everyone, including you. It's just Seriousmon just like, okay.
Sure, let's murder the fuck out of this flower.
Yeah, and then Refleximon absorbs Seriousmon and is like, oh yeah, that's a lot of power. That's great. And then just dies.
Man.
Like Gulus Gamamon like killed Refleximon from the inside out, I guess.
So much just talk about the Dark Conqueror and all the stuff that just isn't interesting at all. And the second we actually see one of these, like, numerous dark Digimon just walking around, and we just see the design for a second, it immediately becomes the most interesting thing to ever be associated with Gulus Gamamon.
Yeah, this like dark Refleximon is pretty cool.
Yeah. She's just turning people into those, like, big Valflume flowers, which are based on real-life plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time I see his Digimon in the anime, it's just to be destroyed so quickly. Yeah, I have no idea why they're still doing the weird Monster of the Week thing at this point. It seems so bad and redundant. It's like... I'm fine with it, but it's like, why the fuck are we wasting time on this thing? Like, we need to go. We only have so many episodes of plot left. We need to get stuff done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we left the human world into the digital world, and it still feels like we never left.
Yeah, I really hope that doesn't continue. I really hope next episode isn't just like, oh, let's learn about Bloomlordmon, and we just have a big fight with him, and it's just the same thing again. And at the very end, it's like, oh, but I don't know anything about that guy. We have to go to this place, and we find the real big bad.
Is it a coincidence that it's another flower?
I think
Digimon?
it is. I think it's just pure coincidence. I think they just made a weird pick.
It's like, yeah, let's put another cool like plant type Digimon in here, or whatever.
If nothing else, at least it's freaking Bloomlordmon. And you know what? I do like Bloomlordmon. He's really cool. I'm glad to see him finally do something.
He's pretty cool, yeah.
That's the thing. It's
But
like,
it's like,
as bad as the story has been, they have had a lot of good Digimon picks.
yeah, and like it was mentioned, there's like 2 episodes left. Is this guy connected to the big bad somehow?
Yeah, is he even? I don't even know. Like,
Or is he just
yeah.
is he just gonna be there so we have a monster of the week fight next week or next 2 weeks?
I can't imagine that the big bad is just like a plant Digimon, right? Because, like, what do you even do with that? Unless it's like Chaosmon or something.
I mean, they could just make a new thing.
They could, but it's like, I don't know. Like, all the things we have are themed around, like, stars and space and, like, galaxies and supernovas. And it'd feel really thematically weird for the final boss to just be like, hey, here's a plant. I don't know, man. I don't know. Digimon choices and showcases have been highlights. Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, everything being based on stars and stuff is mostly just Hero and Gamamon.
Yeah, but still, right? That feels too big for just big bads just a lol-son plant.
Yeah, I think it's cool that a lot of Digimon got like glow ups and like representation in the show, but also I wanted more story. And I know that I've seen people complain like or counter with like, well, it's always been episodic. Why are you complaining now? Counter argument. There have been episodes like dropping breadcrumbs of plot every now and then, and it just none of it's gonna go anywhere until the final 2 episodes.
That's such a dumb argument because it's like, all right, just I'm going back and it's like, oh yeah, adventure so episodic, except by like episode 6 or whatever, we have the Devimon mini arc, and we have like the Black Gears building up to that, and it's like, okay.
Well,
like, of course, it's like, yeah, it's Digimon of the Week, but it's like, we're seeing things that are like, okay, hey.
Things are still advancing.
Yeah, we're advancing things, we're setting up this evil force, and it's like, okay, time to defeat the source of the problem. And we get, like, a proper villain with, like, a proper whole deal and, like, a minion and everything. Like, he has a sidekick he works with, the friggin' Ogremon that gets development. And it's like, okay, sends everyone on their own ways, and that becomes the plot. That becomes the Digimon of the Week structure, is like, alright, let's see what everyone's doing and give everyone their own adventure where they can develop and stuff. And it's like, there's never a point in adventure where it's like, it's not advancing something, right? I feel like the same's kind of true for O2 as well, like in Tamers. It's like, it's always advancing something. It never comes to a dead stop, even as you're getting the episodic episodes. I think Bloomlordmon's just a red herring for Gulus evolving. For Gulus Evos to be showcased, but Ghost Game might be boring and just have it be one big fight. Hopefully the action's good. Yeah. I have to imagine, we're just gonna skip the ultimate form. We're just going straight up to, like, Gulus's Mega.
There's no time for an ultimate at this point, yeah.
Yeah, it would be the dumbest thing possible for, like, Gamamon to evolve into an ultimate at this point in the game to take out a Mega level. And because I've said that, it is going to happen.
He'll evolve into ultimate, and then it's like, I'm still not strong enough, and then evolve into a Mega, and it's like, okay, we're just gonna fat speed run past Ultimate.
We're just going to have, like, ultimate level Gulus Gamamon beat him, and it'll just be no big deal, and they'll turn Mega and be like, I don't want to go back now. And that's gonna be our, like, big final boss.
Yeah, I have seen the strongest power. Why would I go back to Ultimate?
No, if there's just 2 episodes left, then this has to be like, we're getting Gulus Garamon's Mega, and we're just skipping Ultimate.
Yeah.
That has to be what this is.
Also, for this episode, they kind of hand-wave the champion time limit thing, because, like, the partner Digimon are champions for most of this episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like it's like, this is about time to be past that, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, also, Emmy makes I think that was her name, the blonde-haired girl from the eyes, Emma. Yeah, she makes a very brief appearance in this episode, and she's gone.
I'm so angry.
She's like in America or whatever, and she's like, yeah, there's like hologram ghosts everywhere.
I am so frustrated that they had a whole episode specifically introducing, like, a cool character with a unique design and, like, a whole history and interesting dynamic with Kyo that could have been, like, a new party member. It was totally set up that way, and, like, a good episode for once, and they just leave and they never come back.
I knew nothing was gonna come of it.
I
knew it.
Shit.
I knew nothing was gonna come of that. I knew nothing was, like, you were so sure that, like, Ruli's random friends from, like, the cave episode were gonna come back. No, they're never.
What the fuck?
They're not even getting a cameo. Those guys are never coming back.
They got less of a cameo than Salamandermon.
Only Hero's friends get to come back for episodes.
Jeez. If nothing else, at least that is one thing. We get to see all the Digimon that we've, like, helped so far. And I don't know if this means those episodes are technically plot important now or not, but I feel like that doesn't quite cut for, like, why one have a plot episode.
Kuzuhaban is the only one who is important because she allowed them to go to the digital world.
Literally everyone else is just a background character who's just there for the remember this thing reference, and they don't matter. They just don't matter at all.
I kind of do like the shot of all the friends crammed into, like, that little alleyway talking.
Yeah, there's some good shots of them that I probably should have got, but whatever.
Get fly on the wall in the Toei offices, find out why Ghost Game was decided to be this way. Do you speak Japanese? Because if you were a fly on the wall, it wouldn't matter if not.
Can flies even comprehend language?
I get what you mean, though. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I imagine it's just a guy being like, listen, we have to make sure this series stands out and it's different from what we've done before. We can't have people be bored of Digimon. And it's like, okay, let's do this boring thing and just keep with it.
The kids will love it. The older fans probably not so much, but hey, we got vital bracelets to sell. A little Japanese. Okay.
Oh, man. I feel so bad that we've just got so little to go on with this, but it's like, what do you say?
Oh, okay. You know about as much Japanese as I do. Okay, I see.
I know Subarashi. I know Konnichiwa Sama. Sugoi. Itamatsu Das. And I'm probably mispronouncing all of them.
Dang it, I feel like there was something I was gonna say, but I don't remember. Oh well, at least it's almost over, which feels kind of bad to be like, hey, we're almost done, yay. But it's like, I don't know.
Listen, in keeping with the Star Wars discussion from earlier, if, like, Bokomon just said, here's how you get to the digital world, then we could have been building towards that, and it would have solved everything.
Yeah. Also, no explanation for the Terriermon. It's just cute and it wears a coat and it hangs out with Okudo.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, guess it's his partner. I don't know.
Also, Gamamon's bandana is like Hokudo's sleeve of his jacket.
Can I just point out how many questions that raises, like, immediately?
No.
Because okay.
No, go ahead.
Because the bandana's like part of every single one of his evolutions is a stylistic thing, which means that's to be part of his data, right? But it's like a physical object.
To be fair, Hokuto would have given it to him in the digital world, where his clothing would have been digitized.
But has that changed how his evolutions look?
Because Gamamon gained it as in the digital world, it became part of it? I don't know.
So if, like, we're in the digital world and I hand Gamamon a gun, does that just mean all of his forms get better guns? Is that how it works?
I don't know. In Tamers, the kids give Beelzemon like a toy gun and it turns into like a big cannon. I don't know. Digimon's crazy. That's just part of Beelzemon's design is that big gun. So
Man.
maybe
it actually is how it works. That seems very weird to me, though. I can't imagine that's like a thing.
I mean, honestly,
yeah.
it's just part of his design. They just thought it would be cool to give a reason for him to have the big gun.
I'm going real. It was really cool. It was super cool that happened.
Fantastic, and it like plays Beelzemon's theme and whatnot as he goes and transforms. He's so cool.
Yeah, it's like the evolution theme. As he's running, you see like the footsteps. It's like his legs turn to the thing between shots off screen.
Yeah, you don't even see the evolution. You just see like his foot goes up and then he drops it down and it's Beelzemon's foot. It's like, it's cool.
Man, remember in Tamers when one of the Tamers was a ghost?
Oh, what's her name?
Remember that girl. Time a Digimon Tamer was like a freaking spirit from beyond the grave?
Was her name just Alice?
Yes.
Yeah, that was weird, but it was pretty cool because Doberman was like a fan submitted Digimon, so that was pretty neat.
Man. They gave the fan submitted Digimon to a ghost so you could watch it die and not feel bad.
Yeah, but hey, it dies, but it plays an important part in like the story. So whoever designed it should be honored, I guess.
Whoever designed Doberman, if you're out there, you should feel proud. You made a good one. That Doberman's a good Digimon.
Doberman's cool. And the person who designed it will never hear any of this. Not from us, at least, because they probably speak Japanese.
Unless by some chance they do, in which case I should say Konnichiwa? No, that's not the right one.
It's hello.
Wait,
am I
will it be
stupid?
Domo Arigato? Is that? Am I being weird?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. Do we have anything else we really need to say?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Wait, I don't think. Yeah, no. Like I said, they deal with the Refleximon, who is just an enemy in the way, and then they fly over the entire digital world to where the problem is.
Right. Worth knowing Saberdramon pops back up. That's cool.
Oh yeah, and he's like, where's Dark Flare? Yeah, where's Flare Rizamon? And it's like the corruption got him.
Damn, it can get Black Digimon, huh?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Oh, was it Dark Flare Rizamon or was it just Rizamon? I don't remember.
Rizamon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because it's not. It doesn't turn them into a dark Digimon. It like corrupts them.
Terrans of the Time was actually pushed to be the most advertised series at that point because of that the booming popularity and the director had mandates that he worked very well into the plot. Like the card game was a mandate. You know what? That's good. The card game worked really, really well.
Yeah, like yes, it was to sell the card game, but like they integrated it very well into the thing.
Yeah.
it didn't always make sense that they would just sometimes just like find a card that it's like, hey, this will solve the plot, but it's like whatever. Like the blue card would also just appear when it needed to. Who cares?
Yeah. I also like. I should mention I don't hate the Val bracelet. I think the Val bracelet is fine, but it's like yeah, I don't think it's like badly handled here. The Val bracelet itself.
The Vital bracelet's cool. It's a pretty neat tie-in. I don't think I bought one because of Ghost Game. I bought one because the concept was neat. It's like, yeah, it's like a little virtual pet that goes off of like your vitals or whatever. That's pretty fun. And then Ghost Game started and it's like, oh hey, it's that thing I thought was cool.
Yeah. Oh man. So anything else we really want to say, or do we want to end this off?
I hope the fight with Bloom Lordmon is cool.
I really hope Bloom Lordmon is cool. What if there just is no fight? What if they just like they approach him and he's like, oh yeah, the evil's this way, and it's just there's no Digidraw of the week. He just shows them to the plot.
Nah, there's gonna be a fight. It's in the preview. Unless they fight for like a second and then they're just like, no, we need to go deal with the bigger bad though.
Yeah, knowing anime, that is possible. Maybe we see him get infected during the fight and we see how it happens, and that's how we know.
Yeah, like Bloom Lordmon's like not actually a bad guy, and then he gets corrupted and they have to fight him.
Yeah. So yeah, see you guys around.
Yep. Later.
And in Phustus'
sorry. Hold on. You haven't. Okay, yeah, we're still live. 2-week hiatus from the show. There won't be Ghost Game for the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna do 3 episodes of Frontiers. And then
Data Squad.
Yeah, Savers, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then whenever the show comes back after 2 weeks, we'll finish it as they come out as usual.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right.
Later.
Later.